What's up, everybody? It's Lids, and we are back for some more Hades, and, well, so I may or may not have just recorded 3 episodes with forgetting to turn on my microphone, but it is not all for naught, because, as it turns out, it is the moment we've all been waiting for. In fact, we are able to gift Nyx a nectar, so let's see what happens. Did I say Nyx? I meant Meg. You know I meant Meg.
I'll see to it this contraband is put away at once. Now, take your finder's fee and go about your business.
Thanks.
Right. So, let's check out what that's all about. Other things of note, in those 3 runs that may or may not have happened, we upgraded a lot of our monies, so you'll notice that we will start with 100 coins at the beginning of each run.
Something new to try.
We also ran with did a bunch of runs with the Chaos Keepsake, which allowed us to go into the Chaos Room without taking any damage penalty, and increase the rarity, or at least probability of getting a rare boon from Chaos. Other than that, not too much of note. We had 1 relatively successful run and 2 not so successful runs. Saw a bit of Meg's sisters and learned that they are technically not allowed in the house, but other than that, about it. Okay, let's see. So this is what Meg's Keepsake is. Deal plus 20% damage while at 30% life or below. Huh. That is different. Situational damage, and some pretty dangerous situational damage at that. I wonder if you would even attempt to put yourself on low HP and keep it that way for as long as possible to get that damage boost. And I don't know, once you get this to rank up, if it increases the damage you deal and the threshold, 30% HP, remains the same, or if it's the other way around, the damage remains the same, but the threshold becomes easier to reach, or maybe it's both. If it's both, then I would think it might be somewhat easy to get that to trigger if it's just 50% HP eventually, but I'm gonna stick with the Chaos. Chaos Keepsake for now.
Guy like me right up against the wall and I'd go straight to pieces. Boom! You just remember, when you're duking it out, the walls are your friend.
Smack guys against walls. Sound advice as ever, mate.
We do get that damage bonus when we attack against walls. But yeah, so we'll keep on
Everyone.
trying the Chaos Egg, I think it is.
Hi, Aphrodite.
And see what we can do with it. See, there's the 100 coins as well.
Have these unexpected little run-ins with you, love? You are just so spontaneous, and I have a liking for that sort of thing.
So what do we have? Your attack deals more damage and inflicts weak. I do like that a lot. I do also like her aid. It makes one enemy attack all the others. And we prefer. Maybe let's stick with the default attack for now, since that is most relevant against normal enemies, whereas the call is more relevant against bosses, and it's gonna be a little while until we next encounter a boss. You see, costs 0 life to go in here, so that is the benefit of the keepsake that we have, in addition to having a little bit of a higher probability of getting some nice boons here. Better rarity.
Son of Hades, let me welcome your return here to my space within the underworld, and bid you choose some alteration to the fabric of reality.
Let's see. So here is one that is rare. Next 3 encounters, you face more foes. Afterward, your dash deals more damage. Otherwise, take more damage, special damage, lower move speed, cast damage. I don't love it, but I think that is the best option. I think those are all relatively weak choices, unfortunately. I like the default attack. I like the ability to gain more coins, gain more darkness. And the darkness maybe isn't as relevant as it's been in past runs, because we are no longer using Nyx's shawl, which means we don't get life when we pick up darkness anymore, which was a big component of our strategy in the past few runs, but we'll just have to find a way to deal without it. I think we can do just that. Might be a little more difficult. It should still be possible. We are feeling the extra enemies. That is for sure. This is a long, long room right now. Trying to get rid of the ranged ones to the extent that we can, so they don't hit us from afar while we're fighting elder people. But we managed to get through that without taking any damage, so that's good. And, yeah, let's go with the nectar. I think at some point we're gonna have given at least one nectar to all the people that we can give one nectar to, and at that point, could start to question the value of them. I think they do technically still give you bonuses of some variety, even beyond the keepsake that people give you after you give them their first nectar. Did not see there. But I don't fully understand what that is just yet. So, at least at the moment, that does not seem as valuable to me. Oh, there's still more. There we go.
Sweet.
Okay, take the Daedalus upgrade for sure, the weapon upgrade. One potential benefit of having the increased enemies is, of course, there's absolutely more opportunity to take damage, which is a little dangerous, but does also mean it's the ability to gain more coins. We do have the chance of getting coins whenever we defeat someone. I don't know 100% how it works. It seems like it doesn't happen every single time.
The curse of chaos has been lifted.
Up there, the chaos curse. Attack has more range and deals 40% more damage to distant foes. I like that. Hold attack to strike rapidly, but you cannot spin. I really like the spin, so I'm not a huge fan of this. We've taken it once before. I think we go with this.
There, that's it.
Okay, so now we can go Darkness. Remember, Darkness isn't as good as it used to be for us. Or we can go with the gems. I'm guessing this is going to be the Bomber guys, because it has the skull, which I think this is an indication that that's a mini-boss. So maybe let's try this. It does look like a little bit more irregular room. We should be back to the normal amount of enemies. Chaos should be over now. The penalty for chaos, at least. Benefit was, what, dash damage? That was a normal amount. I also recently realized that the urns that have coins in them look different. Like, see, this one is shining. It has coins. Whereas these ones, not shining, no coins. So this not only has a skull, it has a skull with one of those little arrows above it. So I suspect this will be a tough one. Yep, it's the Bomber, guys.
Ready, lads?
Oop. Just triggered that on myself. Oh dear. Okay, got you. Oh, I got stuck behind a vase. Well done, me. Okay. Not bad.
Anyone else?
Sometimes those guys can be tricky, but managed to do it without taking damage.
Isn't it? The strife which follows you. You have a real knack for this, and I, for one, am happy to assist.
Let's see what you have for us. So, we can swap out our attack, which, this is a rare one from Ares, so it is probably better, but rather avoid swapping a boon for a boon at this stage. Much better if we could accumulate them, however. Not a huge caster or specialer, so neither of these are looking terribly interesting to me. mean, guess we'll take that.
This means war.
Not thrilled about it, though? Okay, so, we have not had many coin rooms. We haven't had any that are dedicated to coins, and yet we have 186, which is due in large part to having picked the upgrades
Sounds like Kieran's breathing up ahead.
to have a start with a lot more coins. So, it is now feasible to get some good upgrades even without having picked up any coins. Which means we can have Ares round 2.
Anticipate the day you finally arrive upon Olympus. There are few amongst us here with interests such as those I think we share.
There are at least a few of us who share such interests.
Oh,
Isn't that
what?
so, Lord Ares? As for you, dearest, you take all the time you need.
What? We had no indication that Aphrodite was going to be involved in this. What? This is a thing? Your doom effects continually strike weak foes. Okay. I'm all for it.
The war god's power.
And the goddess of love. I'm gonna save up our coins right now. I mean, this could be useful, yes. But I think, unless there's the nice urns, there's not. Unfortunately, we don't have great Doom generation. We have better weak generation. And the Doom is the stuff that triggers that cool thing that we just picked up from the duo. So, a little unfortunate. Wish it was the other way around. But we'll see. Ooh, that was silly. We'll see if we can pick up another source of Doom generation in the future. You see we have this. Gives us coins. Oh, and a shop, no less.
Something I can use.
Chaos Gate, remember, doesn't cost us any life to go in there. So I like that. But let's try this first. And with coins, we could potentially get something nice out of another shop. Which is not something that we would have been able to do in the past.
Shall regret this.
Would have run out of coins long before. Or, run out of coins after the first one. Not have been able to get 2 shops worth of stuff of note. Also, one of you. Yeah. Alright. Didn't do the best job in terms of not taking damage.
Finally.
But we did get over 100 coins, and that is key, because it was just enough to get us to the point where we would be able to afford another boom. That is, if we don't do this. But we will. We could potentially pick up the life there as well, but I'm gonna take a little bit of a risk and hope that we can get enough coins from enemies here without taking much damage. Almost got hit there. There are a lot of you guys! We did get hit by several of those. Few too many enemies to keep track of. We do have the Chaos Room, and that had coins in it. We're learning, we're learning. Okay, so this would be an upgrade room. I would love to upgrade the double effect that we just picked up. But we also have Chaos. I think we have to assume we'll have the ability to upgrade in the future. And that Chaos is a little less consistent, a little less available.
Master Chaos, I've returned.
Let's see. What do you have for us? Next 4 encounters take more damage from traps, have more dash damage. Next 3 encounters, foes toss an Inferno Bomb at you, but boons can be rarer. This is probably the best one. Because I like the rarity of boons, as small as 13% is. We just need to remember to dash out of the way of those Inferno Bombs. Hey, and we could go straight into an upgrade. Just what we were talking about trying to do earlier, so let's do it. Best of both worlds. There'll be enemies in here. We're not quite at the point where we're awaiting the boss. Okay, this is probably not the way to do this room. Oh, and I forgot about the Inferno Bomb dropping.
Useless.
We were lucky. Did it hit other Oh, I walked straight into
Time
that.
to collect.
I don't think it can damage other enemies, because,
Delicious.
well, it didn't take out other enemies there, at the very end, at least. Okay. So... I'm gonna take this one. I mean, I wish we had the ability to upgrade
Much
the
appreciated.
Duo one, of course. So we do have a shop here. Oh, we're so close to being able to upgrade. We need 5 coins. See what we have here, but we might
What's on offer?
want... Wait. That could be useful. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. I pressed space. Thought that would take me away from that screen. Apparently it did not. Okay, and now that means we definitely cannot afford... Well, we could afford an upgrade still. But we can't afford a health upgrade. That costs 25. 125, rather. And we can't afford a new boon. That's 150. We can't afford a weapon upgrade. That's 200. So, I think, unfortunately, we just mistaked our way out of that.
That's better.
And oh, it still wouldn't have been enough. And obviously, this is a different room than the shop. But we are headed into the boss fight now.
Oh yes, Electo.
One, it's
Not
Meg.
quite.
You've really done it, Zagreus. My sisters have returned. All 3 of us now share the same assignment.
Is it wrong of me that I'm somewhat honored to have garnered the attention of the Erinese?
Oh, I would say it's very wrong of you indeed.
All right, Meg. Let's see it. Trying to play it patiently first here. Not take any unnecessary damage. Good start in that way. Whoop. And then I ruined it. I was gonna jinx myself that way, right? Maybe not the best place to stand there. I was wondering if we might be able to just block our way out of many of those hits. I think we did to a certain extent, but still may not have been our best option. Maybe we just needed to keep a little more distance. It does seem like we dealt a lot of damage at that point in time. He is invulnerable right now, though. Where'd she go? There we go. Oh, she dropped a bomb too. 1 second. Let me just dash out of the way real quick.
Got you that time, Meg.
Oh, okay, never mind. Apparently we didn't need to.
Good.
And that was actually one of our best Meg runs yet. Like I said, took much more of a defensive approach, which is something that we had meant to do and talked about doing many times.
Enjoy the searing heat of Asphodel.
But maybe didn't always execute. Let's see, so we could sell things. Is there anything that we
boons worth
really
giving
don't
up?
like? Not the combo. Definitely not. Do we want to get rid of this special? Honestly, I think you almost could... I mean, right now it's the only way of triggering this, but I think this is more so an investment in the future. I would like to get other sources of airy stuff, and in fact, we could potentially switch our keepsake to the one that guarantees airy will show up. I think that might be the way to go. We do this so that we can more easily buy things at a shop. Granted, we do have some coins, but I just don't think it's going to be terribly useful for us yet. Especially in comparison to what I hope to pick up from Ares with this. The next boon will be from Ares, and his blessings will have 15% chance of being rare or better. And could make some of these things happen, but I think we save up.
Let's go up.
Try to make this thing work, the duo, as much as possible. That means getting more sources of doom from Ares.
The Asphodel Meadows.
Here, no? I don't think so. Get more coins at that. Potentially buy 2 noteworthy either boons or upgrades.
Flingers.
See you. You're still gonna drop that stuff on deck. Bear that in mind. Try to remember. Yeah, that's gonna be a lot of stuff falling there. Please come back. In there. Thought. Ooh. Okay. A little too proactive with that one. And the chaos effect, which I already forget what it was, but it's gone. And then we now have enough coins that we could still consider doing this and not have to worry so much about not being able to afford shop upgrades. I think we passed though. So we could upgrade, we could go Hermes. I do really like Hermes. I think we probably want to get this before we get upgrades, because sometimes it only gives us a few options to upgrade, not all of the
More
options.
bloodless.
And this could be a good one to add to our list of possibilities.
More, huh?
Whoa, I did not see you at first. Okay, thankfully got rid of you. Maybe more where that came from. I suspect there probably is. Oh, the chaos effect was the blowing up stuff on deck. So yes, I'm definitely glad to be rid of that too. Oh, you actually hit me. Not very often, you guys manage to deal damage. Alright, what do we have here?
Who am I kidding? We can cut the small talk. I don't mind. I interrupt my brothers and sisters all the time.
Okay. We have attack more quickly. Solid. After you take damage, quickly dash to recover up to 30% of the damage lost. I do really like this, because I think we're already dashing enough that this is going to be second nature for the most part. I like all the other stuff too. I'm a big fan of Hermes. I think he has some of the best moves. You have to pick one, so I'm going to settle for that. Right now, and go to a shop in which we could purchase a bunch of things. But I think that's a little less rare than this. Let's go this route. I did find one of these places
Back here.
in one of those... Ooh, hello,
Lots
coins.
of coin there.
In one of these areas, or in one of the videos, rather, that did not successfully record, and I did gift her one of the nectars, so I'm not going to do that now.
You're just in time, Your Royal Majesty. Got something real good cooking right here that you're gonna love. You hungry? Yeah?
Let's see
Am I
what you
ever?
got.
You're always so generous. And you're always cooking. And singing. Do you have many guests come by? Your place seems somewhat off the beaten path.
What, you think I get a lot of guests here? No, but I like cooking anyway. It's like singing in a way. Keep getting better the more you try. Turns out a bit different each time.
That's one way to look at it. Okay. So, I've said it in the past, but I think that this Ambrosia Delight, at least from my understanding, is just an objectively worse version of the Refreshing Nectar. Because this works for 2 random boons, this works for the next 3. Okay, I guess that is one difference. This is random boon, whereas this would be the next 3 specifically. But this says upgraded rarity, so presumably that means they could be rare, epic, heroic, or all the other ones, whereas this specifically says just the next rarity. So this seems like it could be above and beyond that. And then here, this would be our existing boons get +1 level. So that would presumably still apply to our dual boon, which might be a rare opportunity to do that, but you know, I think with our large number of coins that are not showing up at the moment, we will be able to afford that in an upcoming shop. Hopefully.
Thanks so much.
And here's the areas that we've been looking for.
Smooth sailing.
One that should be guaranteed based on keepsake that we have. Uh-oh. I know what this is.
This isn't good.
I'm with you on that one. Oh, they got the best job on that one. Ooh, I walked straight into that too. Okay. Yep, so, my history with this enemy, these enemies, combo, is not good. And I did have one run, somewhat recently, in which I did a little better. And I thought it was because I was able to destroy those projectiles before they hit me. But apparently, that is not working this time. So, there goes any potential improvement. I wonder if we ought to be going after the Hooves first, or the Medusa head first. I am definitely going after the Medusa head first at the moment. There we go, Medusa down. Let's get this guy. Still has armor on. You can bait him a little bit. If you stand still for a second, it seems to make him want to drop. You have to be quick, because he will drop down immediately after you do that. And the area is big. Like that. He did take a little bit of damage from the fire there. There we go. Ooh, it's tough.
Your name.
Did manage to do it.
In the name of Hades.
Okay, so we want Doom. Wherever we can get it. However, unfortunately, I am not seeing it. Of course, getting an epic aid when we don't yet have one seems like a pretty good consolation.
I will keep fighting.
But you know, this might be another one of those scenarios in which might have gotten a little too clever for our own good if we thought we could sell one Ares in order to pick up another Ares boon. Play favorites. Okay, cool. Somehow, I don't think that hit us. That's a few of them, but not all of them. More where that came from. A lot more where that came from than that. Ow. You hit me with that one. Okay, covered another one of you. Love to finish you off. There we go. Did take a hit or two, but fairly decent there. Fortunately, we have enough coins that I think we can certainly afford to do this. Which is going to be very useful. As for whether we ought to do this, I'm gonna hold off. Let's at least look at what our next rooms are. In case we have a shop. We do not. We have 3 options, though. Oh, that's coins. Look, we even made back some of our investment. I mean, I'm not thrilled about any of these. Kind of just passive upgrades, and I would really like to have more active upgrade. Something that will actually make us more powerful. Let's get rid of as many of these guys as we can. Because they are hard to dodge, and they have numbers. Granted, when you're hanging out in the middle of the lava pits, it's a little bit hard to do that. Fortunately, we do have a little bit of range with the spear. Somehow we hit her. There. And here? Wow. These guys are also going to cause some issues with their range. There we go. More, though. See the hooves. Love to have gotten rid of it that early. Unfortunately, yeah, there's just way too many ranged enemies at the moment. Did ultimately get it, but gotta take care of these guys too. Right, don't stand in there. Okay, we did take some damage, but not a huge amount, thankfully. Could really use something else here, though. Piece of trove. Store HP. That looks very good. We'll have the ability to go to a shop afterward. I think that would be preferable to increasing our life because we have the ability to get a lot of stuff from the shop. Let's do this.
Again, your tampering.
Alright, what do we have? Alright, one down. We got hit once. Ow. Or well, almost ow. I think we actually dodged it. That one we didn't dodge. Guys are nasty. There we go. 79.
You waste
Just
my
enough.
time.
Very nice.
Just enough for full HP. And now, yeah, as I was saying, I think we go with this. We might be able to afford a life upgrade and a boon. I think this is the way to go. And this is the last one
To thank me, mate.
for the boss fight. So, brace ourselves here. Okay, we can get this, and we can get that. And even get that too. Let's see.
Olympus.
So, what do we want to improve? Our default attack or the aid? Default attack is just a normal, not a rare, not an epic or anything like that, which means that it's maybe not that great, especially given how we've already upgraded it once, and there is a diminishing returns effect where you get less damage with each subsequent upgrade. It gets worse over time. The subsequent upgrades. Comparatively, we have the Ares Aid, which is epic, I think, if I remember correctly. Yeah. And we've not upgraded it yet. However, I can't help but notice that we still do not have the dual one showing up. Makes me a little sad. We go with that. Because we are going to want that for the upcoming boss fight, and
I'll take this
I
one.
don't know if we're going to make it through or not, so we'll take that. Just in case. Invest what we can. Now,
Don't you have something to say to
we
me?
have you. We don't have the deflect. Last time I fought this guy, I think I had a deflect. So I was used to being able to hit those back at him for damage. Not something we can do this time. All we can do is destroy them. It is not as meaningful. Nope, and you do that. Now you're gonna bring in your friends. Who might have a slightly better understanding of what they do at this point. You're gonna do that. Hold on. Okay, you're down. Aside from you for the time being. And we'll check you out. Okay, you're doing that. Okay, be patient. Ooh! And we fortunate with that dodge there. That's not where we ought to stand. For that. Now we have you. Now you're gonna... do some of this. You're gonna get mad at us. Not the best place to stand on that occasion. Now we back up. You're impervious, you're gonna bring out some friends.
One more.
Ooh. Good job of attacking me from range, so it is a little harder at this stage to not get hit by all the heads. There's a lot of them at this point. Okay, one down at least. Gives us a little more safe room. Ugh, it's not there though. Generally gonna be on this side. Okay, we have our really good call. I'm going to wait until we have the other guy, the main enemy, up and available to get hit. Not gonna use it on the little heads. Wow, that little guy managed to hit us. That's kind of sad. Okay, so now we wait. You to come up. Come on, get hit. Okay, now you're invulnerable. Running out of time here. Okay, and you are invulnerable again. Okay, back to these heads. Coming out a little more gradually. Oh, did something by that. Love to get rid of one of you early, though. We sort of managed to do there. You're getting mad at me. As are you. Ooh, these little guys starting to get hits on me, and that's not something that we ought to let happen. You're almost dead. Alright, don't lose our composure. Stay patient. Okay, you're down. Alright, I don't really like going up against you. You're dead. You're dead. Okay, so that was a bad place to stand. Ooh. We're close to getting our call back again. I'd like to get you next. Ooh, that was bad positioning on my part. Okay, you're dead. You're down. Now you... Let's avoid that. See you guys. Trying to spoil the party a little bit. Yeah, I can. Okay. 7. Ideally, not eat all of those in the process. Okay, you're down now. Now we have you, and we have this. Get over here. There we go. That call was big. You see how much damage we did with that? Wow.
Any more heads you'd like chopped off? No?
That's a lot of darkness. Off we go. Alright, and as we were saying before, I think that's our new metric in terms of
Don't know any other way.
whether it's a good run or not so good run. And we don't need life. We still have a lot, well, okay, not quite as many coins as I might have thought. We do have enough to buy a boon. I wonder if we ought to switch back out of Ares at this point and into something else. Huh. Expired for now. What is that? I've never seen that. Is that because for some reason I'm not allowed to do that in Elysium? Huh. I don't know what to make of that. So I think if we're trying to make this as likely as possible to be a successful run, then at this point we probably ought to take either the Black Shawl or the Lucky Tooth, because both of them have the most potential to keep us alive at this stage. So, I think we do that. And we
Take me
proceed.
up.
Oh, maybe it's because we started with that item, then we swapped out of it when we went to Asphodel, and so maybe it doesn't allow us to swap back into it. That would make some sense.
That's what the outside world is like.
So, here we have the ability to either upgrade our weapon or upgrade one of our existing skills. We do have some pretty good existing skills, like the call that we were using pretty heavily in that boss fight just then, but I think overall, generally speaking, in the long run, this is still going to be the way to go. Please die now. More. You guys make the butterflies. Please stop. Woo. Think you flew up away from me? Alright, you're making more butterflies. It's not appreciated. Especially not when they're coming for me. I stuck myself in this corner. There we go.
Stupid fools.
Alright. Seeing as how we somehow only took 2 damage there, I'll take it. Special deals way more damage to armor, or hold attack to strike rapidly rather than spin. I like our spin, though. I like our spin a lot. I don't really think I want to do that. I think this is probably what we ought to choose, because that is a lot of extra damage into armor. I think, well, the bosses that we have coming up, do they have armor? I actually don't remember. Because obviously that's a ton of damage. I'm just not totally sure how useful it is. So, maybe we go that route instead.
They'll fear me with this spear.
We do still have a fair amount of coins, so I don't think we go that route. I think we go this route, especially because I think that we have a higher probability of getting rare boons the latter we are in the game. Oh, I did not see you sneak though. It can destroy the butterflies with attacks. I did not realize that at first. That did not appear to actually damage you. Please stop with the butterflies. You're not fooling me. I know they are not actually peaceful. Ooh, that one definitely did blow up on us. What? You're making them impervious? That's not cool. That is not cool. There we go.
Lord Zeus.
Alright, Zeus, what do you have for us?
Even when you reach the surface, Agrius, you call upon me then and there, all right? I'll personally see to it that you'll be escorted up to Olympus and your quest shall be complete.
I hope so. Okay, your special causes lightning bolt to strike nearby foes. So we did just get a upgrade on our special damage with the weapon upgrade. So that would be a little synergistic there. We also have this. After using Call, you deal more damage for 5 seconds. That seems really good too. Given how, as we saw a moment ago, her Call is very powerful and is directly related to dealing damage. I think we take that.
Thunder and lightning.
I did also like the dash. So I think getting damage on your dash in that type of range that you can get from the lightning bolts from Zeus is meaningful. But I'm trying to think more along the lines of boss-related things. Because that is what we're going to be very close to leading up to. And I think this is a risk. Because it is going to be a dangerous encounter, but the ability to get 2 potentially very powerful boons at this stage would be huge. Which one do we lead off with? I think we lead off with Ares because we do have the dual boon somewhere that is now buried down there. So we have some synergy potential if we can get something that gives us the ability to apply Doom. Ah, so we could do this, but it swaps out our default attack with Aphrodite. Well, does it still work? That might still work. Let's see. Otherwise, Blade Rift effects last longer. But your Blade Rift effect lasts longer and pull foes in. Rift duration is longer. I don't remember us having this ability outside of our call. Here, your Blade Rift powers deal damage in a wider area. Alright, this is a risk. Because I'm not totally sure that this is going to apply the dual Ares Aphrodite effect or not, but if it still does, then it's amazing. So either this is fantastic or it's horrendous.
I promise I am not.
Take that risk.
Refuge to serve such scorn. Your lapse in judgment here is not so easy to forgive, yet easily punished.
Alright, so that means, as I was saying, it's going to be a difficult round of fighting here, where Zeus is going to be participating. Ow. And we probably ought not to stand right in the areas that Zeus is dealing said damage. I don't know if we've seen these guys yet. Whoa, we do not have a lot of life. Don't stand there. Oh, there's more. Uh-oh. Not really where I wanted to be standing there, admittedly. Didn't want to be standing there either. I'm gonna deliberately trigger that. Ooh. Okay, we did allow one of them to respawn, apparently. Oh, didn't mean to stand there either. Uh-oh. No! That was sloppy at the end there. Very sloppy. I don't think we've actually faced those guys before, at least. I don't remember doing it. Seems like they blocked a lot of our hits, and we had the potential to have something amazing going there, but we just missed. Just missed. No Hypnos. I think he wasn't here the last time we made it into Elysium
Pardon
either.
the interruption, everyone.
So tell me something, Father, if you please, since we're more candid lately in regard to matters of my birthright here and all. Did you and Mother, how to put this, any brothers or sisters I should know about?
I thought I told you not to talk here. Be thankful that you have no blasted kin. You've such weak blood and such a temperament. Why then would you think I'd risk another such as you?
I mean, if you're saying we've weak blood, you know that's because of you. Insulting yourself.
Sure, that's fair enough. It's just not all such things occur as planned, as I am told, from tales of your brothers and so forth.
Oh, blast my brothers and blast you as well. All those who know me know I have no heir. You could not rise to the occasion if you tried.
Oh.
And there is no one else. You've only me. And I have only you.
Oh.
Heartwarming.
Yeah, it is. Just no topping us. Can't beat the best.
What?
Alright, so we did gift something to Meg at the very beginning of this episode, I think. And as much as it pains me to do so, let's give this a shot.
Miss Dusa, I wanted you to have this. It's nothing really, just for your hard work.
Prince, I'm really grateful for this, really, and I thought I kind of got something for you.
Okay.
Thanks, Miss Dusa.
Her feather duster. Okay, we'll have to see what that does. Anything here we should
I've come
be
for
aware of?
questionable deals.
Really? We have a lot of gems there. Let's see if we can get anything good from the contractor. And get the urns of greater value for 10 coins a piece. Or there was another upgrade that isn't available right now, but that costs 200 gems, that gives us the ability to get more powerful troves. Wonder if we're close enough now that we ought to just wait and try to get that relatively soon. E is still pretty expensive. That would set us a ways back toward that goal. So I think I'm going to hold off for now. Let's see what Nyx has to say.
The unfathomable power of the underworld thrives within you, child. Your godliness has grown since last we spoke. You have learned much of harnessing the dark.
Thank you.
Thank you, though I've much to learn as yet. Hey, room. I'm back.
Alright. We have much in the way of darkness? We do, but we don't have much in the way of ways to use it. Could unlock Boiling Blood. Gives you 10% attack, 2 special damage to foes with this thingamabob in them. I mean, with our playstyle, granted, we should be doing that more often, but at least with our current playstyle, that isn't doing very much for us. So I think this is another similar situation where we kind of need to stockpile some keys, and then we'll just have a lot of upgrades to do in rapid succession with the darkness that we're banking for the time being.
Been waiting over here.
All right, Skelly, what do you have for us?
Hey, you're getting pretty strong there, pal. Though I am being paid to tell you that. Not being paid to not tell you that last part.
Oh.
I have to ask you something, mate. What do you even need the pay for, anyway?
That, pal, is nobody's business but my own. Besides, it's impolite discussing money all the time. Now back to beating me to powder.
Suppose so. Alright, so we did get a new keepsake.
Got something new to try.
From Dusa. Where is it? There it is. Broken urns have a 2% chance to contain life items. Oh. That... Not sure how that would compare to, say, the Black Shawl or the Lucky Tooth in terms of how much life that would actually amount to in a full run. I mean, at level 1, presumably it wouldn't be anywhere near what we could get with the Black Shawl, but I could potentially see some potential there. I get that. Okay. I don't think I'm going to use it just yet. Oh, we are technically using the Black Shawl at the moment because we switched to that later. Let's go back to the Cosmic Egg and see what we can make happen with some more aggressive Chaos plays. With that, I think
no turning back
for now. Yeah, so with that, a fairly successful run, I'd say. I mean, if we're going by our new metric, we made it past Asphodel and a little ways past Asphodel. We had our first dual boon, which, granted, we didn't quite get the chance to take full advantage of. Seemed like we were about to make that work at the very end, but then got caught up a little bit too much in over our heads with Zeus punishing us for not choosing him over Ares. But anyways, that's going to be it for this go-round. We'll see if we can do better in the next one. I'll see you next time.